Hello everybody, it's Nick Starship, and today I want to go ahead and go over what is exactly a X-2-7 amp or 227 or whatever those amps are. There are some questions with people who play this game when they just join a clan and they don't really know what exactly is that. Well, like, where do I start? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly go over it through the Vox Solaris Little Duck Syndicate. Okay, if you have Vox Solaris leveled up, you gain access to the Vox Solaris amps, and this will allow you access to the 7 portion of the amp creation process, which is the Certus Brace. So if we just go ahead and go to amp assembly, you have the prism, the scaffold, and the brace, correct? So when we say X-2-7, that means you can have any of these prisms, okay? It doesn't matter which one you pick, okay, to be honest. Like, it really doesn't matter, okay? Meta-wise, okay, none of this matters, all right? Generally, if you're a newer player, probably going to be the Shawak. Okay, sometimes other people like to pick like the Clamora or whatever just to burn off stacks, or some of the other ones, for bombs or whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. But for this we're gonna do the Shawak. Okay, I already have like a pre-made one. I'm not actually gonna make this. I'm just gonna show you how to build this. So this is X. Okay, it could be any of these. It doesn't matter. Next we go to the 2. All right, what is the 2? What does that mean? Well, that's going to be the Shraxon Scaffold. Okay, none of these else matter. Okay, the Shraxon is basically like a little grenade explosion railgun. I've heard a lot of names for it. It's like a lob. It shoots out, it damages, and then it explodes. Okay, you could hit the Eidolon like 4 to 5 times with this. Generally, you kind of wanted to let it explode in its chest, like going up its leg, etc., for the shield process. So this is the 2. This is your main damage dealing part of the amp, okay? So as long as you have the Shraxon as your main damage dealing part of the amp, you're in good luck, okay? And now here's where we normally go, okay? 7. Okay, what is 7? That is going to be the Certus Brace, okay? Which amplifies critical hits. Okay, generally before the Certus Brace was out, it was the lower end brace, okay? Now, Fortuna's been out for a while, so if you're watching this video and you're kind of just like trying to get back in the game, try to figure out what amp that you exactly really need to run Eidolon content. As of now, the orbs do not really need an amp other than just like going through the stage for the Profit Taker orb. You do not need to worry about that if you're not even close to max standing in Solaris United. But, lower embrace, Certus Brace, these are the only 2 you should be looking at generally if you're trying to take on Eidolons efficiently. Okay, there are other ways. Efficiently, though, meta, okay, is going to be Certus Brace. Okay, so we don't care about the base stats. We look at the preview gilded. This is what we're working with. Okay, we don't care about the primary. We care about the secondary, all right? So we got a 40% crit chance and a 2 times multiplier. Status doesn't matter, but look at the damage, okay? Right there. This is it. Okay, let's say we picked anything else. Like what? The other one would be the 2 or the X-7-7, which is, I believe, it's the Propa. Yeah, it's the Propa. It's got a higher crit chance and a higher void, but I believe it only does 1 point of damage. Okay, and if you miss that crit, you're screwed. Okay, especially if you have virtuous strikes and stuff like that, which are arcanes. You need extra chances to crit, so you get the extra crit damage by the time the explosion happens. So that's why the Shraxon is still pretty good until they come out with like new amps. But those 2 are probably going to be the massive damage dealers until we get some sort of amp that's able to do a crazy amount of DPS that's actually viable in consideration. The reason why that you want to pick this amp is because, 1, it's single shot. You shoot once, okay? This works very well with the Moderai focus tree, and you're able to build up stacks by being in void mode with Void Strike, okay? And then bust the Eidolon shield down in a large burst. I'm not going to show any gameplay on it, okay? It doesn't matter. There's plenty of people who do it faster than me. I can do maybe a 4 times 3 I'm not Asian. All right, like I'm super white. Okay, you've seen my eating videos probably. All right, I'm really white. Okay, I like my hands only move so fast. But yeah, generally this is what you want. Okay, a X, which could be anything for this. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a. I could take a picture of this real quick with a quick screenshot. You know, just so we could do a little bit of picturing later for the clickbait, and then yeah, but this is what you want. This is what your stats would be. Okay. Generally, you want to pair this up with a motorized skill tree, and then you're basically good to go as long as you have Void Strike, and then you like time it properly, blah blah blah, and then you actually have the roles of the Warframe you're playing. Generally, you probably won't be popping limbs and stuff. That's usually one person's job. But let's say you're trying to do it solo, right? Trinity is a good option. Chroma's a good option. You know, just you gotta be on point. Okay, but this is the tool that you're gonna be using. Okay, Traxon, Scaffold, doesn't matter what this is. You could have it for anything. Like the stats are kind of minute on like all of it. Generally, you know, the Clamora is okay. Okay, you could get some nice crit chance on that. So maybe you could do that to proc your crit chance if you're like Unara Wisp or something like that. Yeah. I think the Cantric is Burst Fire. Yeah, this one is nice. The Cantic Prism, like if you're playing like a non, like meta, you know, I think it's still fun. Okay, but yeah, the Shraxon, Scaffold, and Assertive Sprays, those are what you want. All right, my name's Nick Starship. Thank you guys for watching the video, and hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments how I did, and I will see you in the next video.